Hey guys, good morning. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing awesome on a Monday. First, today we're talking about how to be happy. This is the article down. It's done by Tara Parker Poe, and let's get into it. So, she says, behavioral scientists have spent a lot of time studying what makes us happy and what doesn't. We know happiness can predict health and longevity, and happiness scales can be used to measure social progress and the success of public policies. But happiness isn't something that just happens to you. Everyone has the power to make small changes in behavior, our surroundings, and relationships that can help set us on a course for a happy life. That's great. So the mind. Happiness often comes from within. Learn how to tame negative thoughts and approach every day with optimism. Conquer negative thinking. All humans have a tendency to be a bit more like Eeyore than Tigger, to ruminate more on bad experiences than positive ones. It's evolutionary adaptation over learning from dangerous or hurtful situations we encounter through life, bullying, trauma, betrayal. Helps us to avoid them in the future and react quickly in a crisis. But that means you have to work a little harder to train your brain to conquer negative thoughts yourself. See how we can do it. First, don't try to stop negative thoughts. Tell yourself, I have to stop thinking about this. It will only make you think more about it. Is that true? Instead, own your worries. When you are in negative cycle, acknowledge it. I am worried about money. I am obsessed about problems at work. Treat yourself like a friend. When you are feeling negative about yourself, ask yourself, what advice would you give a friend who is down on him or herself? Now, try to apply that advice to you. So use that thought to help yourself. Challenge your negative thoughts. Sporadic questioning is the process of challenging and changing irrational thoughts. Studies show that this method can reduce depression symptoms. The goal is to get you from a negative mindset to a more positive one. I had a lot of success in my career. This is just one setback, and that doesn't reflect on me. I can learn from it and be better. Here are some examples of questions you can ask yourself to challenge negative thinking. First, write down your negative thoughts, such as, I am having problems at work, and questioning my abilities. Then ask yourself, what is the evidence for this thought? What are the evidence for this thought? Am I basing this on fact or feelings? How might other people view the situation differently? How might I view this situation if it happened to somebody else? The bottom line, negative thinking happens to all of us, but if we recognize it and challenge that thinking, we are taking a big step towards a happier life. If you guys want to know what these questions are, just go check out the email if you're part of my list. If not, just join by going to thepositivelife.com. You see over there, you can check out these questions. And if you don't find an email for today, I gotta have it, please send it to me. Just message me and I get it. Alright? Let's carry on. Control breathing. Science is just beginning to provide evidence that the benefits of this ancient practice are real. Studies have found, for example, that breathing practice can help reduce symptoms associated with anxiety, insomnia, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and attention deficit disorder. For centuries, yogis have used breath control, or pranayama, to promote concentration and improve modality. Buddha advocates breathing meditation as a way to reach enlightenment. Try it. Take a deep breath in, and go in like a box count, and go in for 4, hold it for 4, go out for 4, and then hold it on the down breath by 4. That works pretty good too. It's one way to do it. I just take deep breaths repeatedly for a few seconds. Okay, next, rewrite your story. Writing about oneself and personal experiences, and then rewriting your story can lead to behavioral changes and improved happiness. We already know that expressive writing can improve mood disorders and help reduce symptoms among cancer patients, among other healthy benefits. Some research suggests that writing in a personal journal for 15 minutes a day can lead to a boost in overall happiness and well-being. Cool. In part because it allows us to express our emotions, be mindful to our circumstances, and resolve inner conflicts. Or you can take the next step and focus on one potential challenge you face and write and rewrite that story. No problem. Rewrite it. Making your own story. Perfect. Okay, carry on here. We all have a personal narrative that shapes our view of the world and ourselves, but sometimes our inner voice doesn't get it right. By writing and then editing our own stories, we can change our perceptions of ourselves and identify obstacles that stand in the way of our personal well-being. This process is similar to a serotonin question we referred above. Here's a writing sentence. Write a brief story about your struggle. I'm having money problems. I'm having a hard time making friends in a new city. I am never going to find love. I am fighting with my face. Now, write a news story from a viewpoint of a neutral observer or with that kind of encouragement you give a friend. Money is a challenge, but you can take steps to get yourself into financial shape. Everyone struggles in their first year in a new city. Give it some time. Show some groups. Don't focus on finding love. Focus on meeting new people and having fun. The rest will follow. Couples aren't. Here's what your sanctuary will look like to a neutral observer. So numerous studies show that writing and rewriting your story can move you out of your negative mindset and into a more positive view of life. The idea here is getting people to come to terms with who they are, where they want to go. Ken Baker, a psychologist professor of the University of Texas, who has pioneered much of research of expressive writing. Cool. I think of expressive writing as a life course correction. Okay, next. The last one here we'll talk about is get moving. When people get up and move, even a little, they tend to be happier and then they are still. A study that tracked the movement and moods of cell phone users found that people reported the most happiness if they had been moving in the past 15 minutes. Then when they had been sitting lying down most of the time, it was rigorous activity, but a gentle walking that left them in a good mood. Of course, we don't know if moving makes you happy or if happy people just move more. But we know that more activity goes hand in hand with better health and greater happiness. And last one here, practice optimism. Optimism is part genetic, part learned. Even if you were born into a family of gloomy dusties, you can still find your inner ray of sunshine. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring the reality of the dire situation. After a job loss, for instance, many people feel defeated and think, I'll never recover from this. An optimist will acknowledge the challenge is more hopeful way by saying, this is going to be difficult, but it's a chance to rethink my life goals and find work that truly makes me happy. And thinking positive thoughts, surrounding yourself with positive people really does help. Optimism, like pessimism, can be infectious. So make a point of hanging out with optimistic people, for sure. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that article today. I know I did. Hope you guys have a great Monday, and we'll see you guys all on Wednesday. Awesome. Okay guys, go there and be positive and be happy with your life.